Hello everyone, welcome to my English lesson. This module is Eng-1002 for all first-year students or University or Distance Education except English specialization. The title of the unit I'm going to deal with is Unit-13 Dinosaurs. I'm going to focus on the written passage, vocabulary, grammar and writing. Before you start learning the lesson, you need to know about the learning goals and the language goals of this unit. The learning goals are to give knowledge about discover your stray, huge bones and teeth in New Jersey. Bones were used as souvenirs and doll stores and teeth as paperweights. The language goals are to improve students' reading and writing skills, to build new vocabulary, to study the use past continuous tense and assess construction. In this unit, there are a lot to learn from the given passage. You can do close reading, word study, stretch study, composition study, other work, writing and vocabulary. Before you do exercises, you should read the passage carefully. Now, we are going to start close reading. So, from close reading, you can get the summary of the passage. Some work may discover strange huge bones and teeth in New Jersey. The enormous teeth made interesting paperweights, and the bones were used as doll straws. Scientists call the animals dinosaurs, which means terrifying lizards. Dr. Legge, a scientist from Philadelphia, suspected that the bones dug by the New Jersey workmen were dinosaur bones. He succeeded in fitting the bones together for the first dinosaur skeleton. Now, we are going to start from close reading exercise 1. The first exercise is to find out whether the given statements are true or false. So, you should read the given statements carefully and find out whether they have the same meaning or not. Remember that they have different sentence constructions. Here are the statements. Let's try the question number 1. The given sentence is, the workmen discovered the objects over 100 years ago. The text says that when nearly 100 years ago, some workmen were digging the foundations for a building in a small town in the state of New Jersey. As they dug deeper and deeper into the depth and rock, they discovered some objects that look like huge bones and teeth. The two sentences are different, so the given statement is false. Let's try question number 2. The question is, the objects that the workmen discovered look like huge bones and teeth. In the text, you will find the sentence, as they dug deeper and deeper into the depth and rock, they discover some objects that look like huge bones and teeth. Both sentences give you the same information. That's why the given statement is true. Let's look at question number 3. The given statement is, the enormous teeth were used as doll straws. In the text, the enormous teeth made interesting paperweights, and the bones were heavy enough to use as doll straws. According to the passage, the given statement is false. Let's try question number 4. The given statement is, large and old animal skeleton have recently been discovered in England. The text says that some very large and very old skeleton remains of giant animals have recently been discovered in England. According to the text, the given statement is true. After that, we will go to the next question number 5. The given question is, the word dinosaur comes from Greek. In the text, it is said that after much study, scientists there had called the animals dinosaur. Made of 2 Greek words, this means terrifying lizards. So, the answer is true. For the rest of the questions, You can attempt in the same way and the answer is provided for you. You can also check the answers with your study guide. The second type of question is answer the following questions in single word or short phrases. There are altogether 10 questions to practice. Concerning this, you must notice the use of the question was and have been verbs. Only then, the answers will be factually and grammatically correct. In addition, you must be aware of the fact that whether the given question is a subject question or an object question. The object question is about the object of the verb. In this case, do, does, did are used to make questions, and the word order is different from a positive statement. You should notice the question what, why, how, who, how long, etc. The subject question is the question that is about the subject of the verb, and the word order is the same as a positive statement. Now, I'm going to give you the answers for some of the questions as examples. Let's try question number 1. The first question is, what were the workmen digging when they discovered the objects? The answer is, the workmen were digging the foundations for a building when they discovered the objects. After that, I'm going to deal with question number 2. The given question is, why did the workmen take pieces of the strange bones home? The answer is, the workmen took pieces of the strange bones home as souvenirs. Let's look at question number 3. The given question is, where were the people who heard about the discovery? The answer is, the people who heard about the discovery were in the neighborhood. Now, I'm going to deal with question number 4. The question is, what does the word dinosaur mean? The answer is, the word dinosaur means terrifying lizard. Let's go to question number 5 is, what was the name of the scientist? The answer is, the name of the scientist was Dr. Leakey. Let's go to question number 6, which is, where did he come from? The answer is, he came from Philadelphia. The next question, question number 7 is, why did he go back to New Jersey? The answer is, he went back to New Jersey because if anyone had interesting paperweights, dollars, or other souvenirs from the digging. Let's move to question number 8. The given question is, where does the skeleton stand today? The answer is, the skeleton stands today in the Philadelphia Academy of Natural Sciences. Let's look at question number 9. The given question is, where can you see skeleton of different prehistoric animals? The answer is, we can see skeleton of different prehistoric animals in the museum. The last question is, why are dinosaurs called prehistoric? The answer is, dinosaurs are called prehistoric because they lived about 200 million years ago. The next item to study is word story. In exercise 2.1, you can learn some vocabularies through synonyms, what we call instead of saying. There are altogether 9 words given and you have to find words which have similar meanings of the underlined words from the text. You need to learn all the words by heart. In order to deal with this type of question, you should be careful about the tension for verbs and the singular and the plural for nouns. Base foundation through thoughts. Repeat in your mind when quickly hurried. Thought suspected. Joining fitting, not then missing. Looking searching different barriers. Through this exercise, learn new vocabularies together with the meanings for the better understanding of the words. The meaning of the words is also provided in Myanmar in your study guide. Now, let's start the next item 2.2. This exercise is fill in the following blanks. Number 1 is skeleton, skeletal. Number 2 is prehistory, prehistoric. Number 3, interest, interesting. Number 4, excitement, exciting. Number 5, difference, different. Number 6, continuation, continuous. Now, complete the following sentences. The skeleton of a man or an animal is made of bones. The Malaysian Peninsula is a continuation of Thailand and Trinidad. The people who live there are very different from the Myanmar. Columbus discovered America. Strategy study 3.1. Study the following sentence. Some workmen were digging the foundations for a building when they discovered some strange objects. The construction is once were plus, verb plus, present participle for active, and once were plus, being plus, past participle for passive. Now, complete the following sentences using this construction and the verb indicate in brackets. Number 1 is at 8 a.m. my mom traveled to college. Number 2, when the first man appeared on Earth, dinosaurs no longer live. Number 3, when I arrived, workmen paint the museum. Number 4, last night, scientists studied the remains. Number 5, it rained when the tourists arrived in Yangon. Number 6, the airport not operate when we wanted to leave. Number 7, the students studied their lessons when the teacher came into the classroom. Number 8, I have a bath when the time the telephone rang. Number 9, when the guests arrive, we have dinner. Number 10, the children play when the rain began. Number 11, he read a book when I saw him. Now, use this construction in the following sentences. The answers will be number 1, at 8 a.m., Mama was traveling to college. Number 2, when the first man appeared on Earth, dinosaurs were no longer living. Number 3, when I arrived, workmen were painting the museum. Number 4, last night, scientists were studying the remains. Number 5, it was raining when the tourists arrived in Yangon. Number 6, the airport was not operating when we wanted to leave. Number 7, the students were studying their lessons when the teacher came into the classroom. Number 8, I was having a bath by the time the telephone rang. Number 9, when the guests arrived, we were having dinner. Number 10, the children were playing when the rain began. Number 11, he was reading a book when I saw him. Another structure you will have to study is SS construction. Study the following examples. A. They were at a store. Test line number 4. B. They were had stones equally had. The structure SS is used to compare things that are of similar proportion. In other words, the construction SS is used to show that two things share equality to the same degree. Now, here is to join the following sentences. Number 1, I am careful, you are equally careful. Number 2, a boy of 16 is often tall. His father is equally tall. Number 3, the animals look terrible. The insects look equally terrible. Number 4, in many countries, food is important. Food is equally important. Number 5, the resources of the sea are becoming important. Those of the land are equally important. Number 6, to grow crops. Sun is important. Rain is equally important. Number 7, the novel is interesting. The film is also interesting. Number 8, nowadays, water is important. Fresh air is important for our health. Number 9, London is thickly populated. Tokyo is equally thickly populated. Number 10. Nature is famous. Nimye is also famous. Number 11. English is widely spoken. Chinese widely spoken all over the world. All the answers are: number 1. I am as careful as you. Number 2. A boy of 16 is often as tall as his father. Number 3. The animals look as terrible as lizards. Number 4. In many countries, fuel is as important as food. Number 5. The resources of the sea are becoming as important as those of the land. Number 6. To grow crops, sun is as important as rain. Number 7. The novel is as interesting as the film. Number 8. Nowadays, water is as important as fresh air for our hearts. Number 9. London is as thickly populated as Tokyo. Number 10. NATO is as famous as Nimye. Number 11. English is as widely spoken as Chinese all over the world. Now, we are going to the next activity. What do the following refer to? In this exercise, you have to find the words to which the pronouns or the related pronouns refer. In number 1, for line number 4, you will have to find what the pronoun they refers to. To get the answer for this question, you had to find it in the text. The text says that when nearly 100 years ago, some workmen were digging the foundations of a building in a small town in the state of New Jersey. As they dug deeper and deeper into the dead rock, they discovered some objects that looked like huge bones and teeth. So the answer is some workmen. Let's look at the pronoun then. Line number 8 refers to. To get the answer for this question, you will have to find in the text. The workman said, as they examined these giant bones, they are too big for a cow or a horse. They are even too big for an elephant. The workman tossed the bones aside and continued digging. Later, some of them took pieces of the strange bones home as souvenirs. So the answer is the workman. There, in line number 50 refers to in England. This, in line number 16 refers to dinosaurs. They, in line number 22 refers to the people living in New Jersey. Him, in line number 23 refers to Dinosaurs. It, in line number 25 refers to the first complete skeleton of a dinosaur found in the US. You, in line number 28 refers to. To get the answer for this question, what does you in the line 28 refer? You will have to find it in the sentence. While you can see skeletons of different prehistoric animals. So the answer is you, in line number 28 refers to the public or the people. The next item is other work. 5.1. Consulting Unit-13. What example can you give for souvenirs tourists take away from Myanmar? 5.2. They were at a store. Line number 4. This of course was because the bones had become fossil. Study the section 4 carefully. Then, without referring to it, write a summary of the passage. The sample paragraph will be given in this slide so that you can have some ideas to write down this topic. Some workmen discovered strange huge bones and teeth in New Jersey. The enormous teeth made interesting paperweights and the bones were used as tombstones. Scientists call the animals dinosaurs, which means terrible lizards. Dr. Legge, a scientist from Philadelphia, suspected that the bones dated by the New Jersey workmen were dinosaur bones. He succeeded in fitting the bones together for the first dinosaur skeleton. This is the end of my talk. Now, I hope you understand the lesson very well. Wish you a great good luck in your exam. Thank you.